If you want a woman to deeply desire you and admire you and respect you, then you damn sure better pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you in today's episode, because I'm going to be dropping the 5 things that create lasting sexual attraction with a woman. So I don't care if you have been in a long-term relationship for over 20 years with your wife, or you're just newly dating, or you're single right now as a man and you're looking to attract a woman. You must understand these 5 principles. Now, I learned these the hard way, so I'm going to give it to you in the easier, more digestible, practical way. Okay, this is a no fluff guide on how to create lasting sexual attraction with a woman. Now, when you don't have sexual attraction in a relationship, I don't think I need to tell you all of the problems that can cause, but I can tell you right now, your relationship will not be fulfilling. And you may think it's like this or that, but I can tell you right now, you're probably completely missing what it actually is, because you really need to understand the feminine nature and how they are emotional beings, and they need to feel safe and deeply emotionally connected in order to feel sexually attracted to their man. This is how a woman opens up. When she feels emotionally safe with a man, she begins to open her heart. When she doesn't feel emotionally safe and emotionally nourished, she begins to withdraw and close her heart. Now, it is not 100%, I want to be very clear here. It is not 100% the man's duty and obligation to create sexual attraction in the relationship. The woman must also connect to her femininity. She needs to let go of past pain. She needs to heal her resentment toward the masculine so she can open up to you as the man in the relationship, and let go of control and let go of all of this micromanaging tendencies and mothering tendencies, because all of that kills sexual attraction as well. But this episode specifically is going to be dialed in for the man and what he can do to create this. But I also want to plug right there that it needs to also be a collaborative event between the man and the woman, okay? It can't just be all the man, it just can't be all the woman. It needs to be both people coming together to create deeper sexual attraction, okay? Before I get into this episode, I want to share with you, by the end of this, you will have a great understanding of what it takes at a deeper level to create lasting sexual attraction. Before I start this, I want to share with you that I'm doing a free training on May 20th. That's a Tuesday, May 20th, for men to learn how to lead a relationship with a woman like a king. If you want to be a part of this and you want to grab your free spots, I will put the link down in the description to join. So make sure you join this. This is happening on May 20th, 2025, depending on when you're listening to this episode. And you damn sure want to be a part of this, because I'm going to be going deep in all the nice guy habits that you have are killing sexual attraction, how to hold a stronger masculine frame, how to build confidence, these types of things that really shore up your masculinity so you're not in this constant bottleneck in your relationship with your woman, okay? Number 1 is you need to develop emotional control when you are under pressure, okay? I don't care. I don't give a damn how masculine you think you are. If you cannot hold your frame when you are challenged, when you are triggered, when you are upset about something, and you throw a temper tantrum like a little bitch, I can tell you right now what's going to happen. Your woman is going to go, I can't trust this guy. He's emotionally unstable. I have to hold the containment in the relationship every time something happens, because he throws a little boy fit. He gets all upset. He gets all neurotic. He says a bunch of mean shit, or he shuts down. Whatever your tendency is as a man that you probably learned in your childhood to do, from your parents, from your father, from your mother, whatever you learned to do as a little boy, you then thought, oh, well, I should do this when I become an adult. And you basically bring your childhood trauma with you into this adult body. and you act that out in a relationship with a woman every single time you get triggered. So once again, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how jacked you are. I don't care how good looking you may be. If you cannot hold your masculine frame when you are triggered, when you are upset, when you are emotionally charged, she will never feel safe with you and she will never trust you. And I can't tell you how important this part is. This is one of the biggest things that men fuck up. Okay, it is this. When a woman does not feel emotionally safe or trusting with a man, she will never feel fully sexually turned on by him and be able to fully open herself to that man. She will always feel a little bit of closure in her body, in her nervous system, because you are essentially training her nervous system that when things go bad, I can't figure it out. When things go bad, I freak out. When things go bad, I make you the problem and I blame all of my shit on you, right? And I make you take all the responsibility for my problems because I can't actually lead this relationship. If you cannot hold your frame and keep composure and stay grounded under pressure when things go bad, and they will go bad. They will go bad at some times. If you can't keep the structure and hold containment, then she will never feel safe with you. And once again, this plays a huge part in her feeling sexually attracted to you. So you need to learn how to ground yourself in moments of stress and pressure. I teach men how to do this all the time. There's a many layer process to this. You need to heal the past emotional pain. You need to learn how to connect to your frame, have confidence in moments of doubt and insecurity. There's a whole level to this, okay? When a man learns this, it is a game changer in his relationship with his woman because she can then say, I trust that he's going to figure it out. When things go wrong in my relationship with my wife and I feel triggered, I feel upset, I feel resentful, I feel angry, I don't take it out on her. Sometimes I do because I'm a human and I make mistakes. But when I do, I damn sure take full accountability within a 30-minute time period, by the way, to make sure that I say, you know, baby, I'm really sorry for acting like that. Could you forgive me for that? And just own my shit. So number one is I do my best not to get upset, right? And not show a lot of hyper emotion and get really angry and blow up or shut down. But if I do, and I slip up and I make that mistake, which I do at times, I own it. Okay? You really need to own it and take accountability for it. It's not, I'm sorry, but there's a process where you just say, I am very sorry for acting like that. Please forgive me. And once again, that builds trust in her. And hopefully you don't keep repeating it. Like I very rarely ever get angry in my relationship with my wife. When I do, I own it. Number two, you need to learn how to set healthy boundaries without all of the emotional charge. So you may be thinking, well, I set boundaries. I speak up for myself. But you probably do it with an attitude or with your ego. And when you do that, it does not create safety in her body. Remember, this entire episode is about one thing and one thing only, creating safety in her body. If she doesn't have safety in her body inspired by you, once again, she needs to feel safe within her own body, let go of past trauma, let go of past pain. That's her work to do. But if you're not inspiring safety in her body, then she's not going to feel sexually aroused and turned on and attracted to you. Okay? So you really need to understand this. The most important takeaway of this episode, create safety, inspire safety in her body. You can't actually create safety in her body, but you can inspire it. She needs to be receptive to that, right? When you set healthy boundaries, once again, it comes back to being grounded and calm. If she disrespects you, for example, and she says something mean to you that hurts you or emasculates you or mothers you. Let's say she mothers you, for example. Maybe you freak out and you say, stop mothering me. I hate when you do that shit. Or you just don't say anything at all and you appease her like the nice guy, right? Like, oh, okay, I'll just let her bulldoze over me and emasculate me. when you don't stand up to her in a healthy way, when she's disrespectful, she's not going to feel attracted to you. She wants to feel the strength of your no. She wants to know where your boundaries lie. Because if she doesn't, then she won't know where she stands in the relationship. And you'll create a lot of confusion in her, because then she will feel like she needs to protect the containment of the relationship. And she needs to be the protector in the relationship, which then she'll probably feel like she needs to be the leader in the relationship. I see videos online sometimes of women out to dinner with their man and the order got wrong or something. And the man's like taking the video and he's like, when you're out to dinner with your woman and she takes care of it when the order gets wrong. Like the wife's like over there talking to the waitress. That should be you, brother. If you're making your wife handle shit like that and you're allowing her to handle stuff like that, that's on you, because you probably have a stressed out, overworked, overwhelmed, masculine woman, because you're not stepping up, taking the lead, taking the reins of the relationship and saying, you know what, baby, you sit down. I got this. And you calmly, in a grounded, powerful manner, take charge and you handle the situation. And you do the same thing with her. If she is disrespectful to you, you say to her, baby, I feel very disrespected when you speak to me like that. Please do not do that again. And that's it. You don't say anything else. You don't over-explain yourself. You don't keep going on. You don't get angry. You don't get upset. And if she doesn't receive it, she fights against it, you reaffirm it. You lay it down again. Baby, when you speak to me like that, I feel very disrespected. Please do not do that again. Anchoring down the boundary. So many men in today's society have weak-ass boundaries. They either are people pleasers, nice guys, which, by the way, nice guys are fake. So when you hear that term nice guys are inauthentic. They're people pleasers. They're overly accommodating. They're the yes man. Do whatever you want, baby. Don't want to ruffle no feathers. Overly agreeable. You know what I'm talking about? That type of man never gets the deep sexual attraction from his woman that he wants. You wonder why she doesn't want to have sex with you, because you're always being this passive, nice guy, always making her make all the decisions, her take the lead. Or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum of things where you're overly aggressive and you're emotionally numb and you're checked out and you're not attuned to her emotional needs. That can create just as many problems. Being a ramrod, like I've been a former ramrod in my life where I just bulldoze her emotions. I've learned not to do that shit. Women are very sensitive, and that's not in a bad way. They're just very sensitive. They're very emotional. And when you learn this, that they're like a delicate flower, and every time you get aggressive or anytime you get passive, she is going to withdraw. She's going to start protecting herself. Number 3, you need to learn how to take the lead with confidence. This comes down to and boils all down to you learning how to lead a relationship without doubt and insecurity. So if you are the type of guy that is constantly making your woman make the decisions, the final decision, constantly asking her what she thinks about this and looking for her validation and approval, looking for her to give you permission on things, this is going to emasculate you and it's going to kill her attraction for you. Now, a lot of men get leadership control confused with being controlling. Well, I'm just going to do whatever I want because I'm the leader. No. That's not how this works. You're still being respectful of her needs. You're still communicating with her like a good captain would do, right? But if you start going down this path of, well, I'm controlling, I'm the dominant, I'm the leader here, she's going to listen to me, she's going to submit to me, that's going to create a whole other line of problems for you. I'm just going to tell you right from here, from personal experience, that's going to create a whole other line of problems for you. So you have to learn how to lead the relationship in a healthy way. So instead of constantly asking her, maybe you're talking about dinner plans and you're going, well, where do you think we should go? Well, you decide. No. It's hey, let's go check out that new Italian place. How does that sound? Sound good? Cool. I made us reservations for 6 p.m. It's much more clear and deliberate. But when a man doesn't embody that, he never creates trust and safety in a woman's body because she is forced to then step into the leading role, which pulls her out of her femininity. And she has to be the masculine in the relationship. And then you're like, well, why isn't she soft? Why isn't she playful? Why isn't she sexual? Because there's no room for her to be, because she's always having to make all of the damn decisions in the relationship. She's always having to solve all the problems. I had a man come through one of my programs, the Elite Masculine program, and he was telling me how his wife was really upset because there was a plumbing problem and she was the one on the phone with the plumbers and scheduling them to come over and take care of the problem. And I said, why is she doing that shit? Why are you not on the phone with the plumbers? Why are you not dealing with the technical problems in your household? Don't you want her to be feminine? And he kind of just looked at me. He said, damn, you're right. I should be the one handling these responsibilities. But just because a woman is competent in those things, and she's showing you that she's really good at them, she's really good with planning and organization and taking care of tasks. Let me tell you something. If she's feminine at her core, which most women are, she doesn't want to be doing that shit. Not all day long. And when she has to, resentment builds. Resentment builds in her body and nervous system, and she begins to look at you as the problem. And as soon as the woman starts to look at you as a problem because you're not stepping up and you're not leading, she will begin to lose sexual attraction for you because she doesn't respect you. A woman will never feel sexually attracted to a man that she doesn't respect. The way that she builds respect is how you lead the relationship, which boils down to how you lead yourself. And that's exactly what I'm going to be teaching in the free training that I'm doing on May 20th. So make sure that you grab your free spot. The link is down in the description in the show notes of this. So make sure that you grab your free spot, okay? Number 4 is to kill your nice guy habits or your people-pleasing tendencies. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been in this role and you're playing it right now, no woman wants to be in a relationship with a man that she feels like she has to lead. No woman wants to be in a relationship with a man who is overly accommodating, who is overly agreeable, always saying, yes, whatever you want, honey, just to keep the peace, right? Let's do whatever you want. This type of man is a weak man in her eyes. And once again, she's not going to respect a weak, spineless, passive, nice guy. Your nice guy tendencies, the always pleasing, the always accommodating, the overly agreeable, never stands up for himself, always has a fake smile on like everything's okay, but it's really not. Your nice guy tendencies are shattering your sexual connection with your woman. So you need to learn that by being assertive, being decisive, having healthy boundaries, taking the lead, all is developed around you having a strong masculine frame. Most men don't know how to do this because we've never been taught how to be masculine in a healthy way. We were either raised by the dominant dickhead father who was too hard on us, or we were raised by the passive people pleaser, nice guy father who was overly accommodating to your mother, and you watched that. So you said, well, dad's like that, so let me be like that. I did the same thing growing up. My dad was overly aggressive and angry. What did I do? I became overly aggressive and angry in relationships with women, and it just continued until I healed that part of myself. So when you awaken as a man, you start to realize like, okay, there's a deeper truth here, and that is I need to stop playing out this role. So whatever the role is that you're playing right now, if you're playing this nice guy, people-pleasing guy, that part of you is weak. So every time you feel yourself wanting to be overly accommodating or create peace or be neutral and like be the good guy, like I need to look like a good guy right now, that is such a deep-rooted, unsatisfying feeling to always care what people think about you. And I'm not saying to just be an inconsiderate prick. I'm saying to be true to yourself. If something doesn't feel right, step up and say something. If something doesn't feel right, You don't have to do it just to bend yourself. The more you bend, look at yourself as like a pillar, as a man, a masculine pillar, steel structure, hopefully. But if you're a nice guy, you're very soft and flimsy. The more you bend as a man, the more you compromise the integrity of this steel. Okay? So more you go, okay, honey, let's do whatever you want. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Oh, yes, I'll work extra for no pay. Like, once again, you're constantly appeasing everybody. And in turn, you feel like a little bitch. And you know it deep down inside that you don't feel strong as a man when you're living a life of keeping the peace with everybody. And once again, I'm not saying being inconsiderate, not be disregarding of other people's emotional needs, but you need to stay true to yourself and in that lane. Number 5, pay attention to the little details that turn her on. Remember, as a feminine woman, she's going to be very detail oriented. If you've ever listened to a woman talk to another woman about making plans to go out to dinner or something, they talk about every single little detail. What are you going to wear? What's the temperature going to be? What's the weather going to be like? What's the feel we're going for? What's the theme? This is the type of stuff that feminine women talk about with each other. Now, an evolved masculine man will know that a woman is detail oriented. So when you do the little things, she pays attention to that, okay? When you fill her car up with gas when you know she's going somewhere, she pays attention to that. When you maybe put the stroller, if you have kids, in the back seat for her when she's going to the park with her girlfriend and you just get out in front of her problems, she pays attention to that. When you pack her a little bit of food when she's taking the baby somewhere, and I'm giving you these examples of the child because I have a child, a newborn, a toddler. And when I do these things for my wife, instantly smiles, instantly is like, oh my God, thank you so much. That was so thoughtful. When you are thoughtful and you are aware of those little details and you get out in front of her problems, that allows her to think less, okay? The more you can turn off a woman's thinking and her mind, the more feminine she's going to be, because that allows her to be more in the flow of things, the more in the feeling of things. But when she is constantly have to be in her logical mind, planning every little detail, taking care of every little task, I can tell you right now, that is killing her femininity. So she wants to be feminine, but if she doesn't have the space to be feminine in, then she will have to be masculine because we live in a masculinized world. So the more you get out in front of her problems, the more you take care of the little things, the more you pay attention to her little tiny hints or requests. Maybe she mentioned earlier in the day, she's like, I'd really love some vanilla ice cream. And you went and you got her favorite ice cream. Or maybe you even took it one step further here and more evolved, man, and you made her favorite ice cream from scratch. And so when later on you pulled it out of the freezer and gave it to her, she's like, oh, wow, he remembered. He paid attention to me. He listened to me. Now, if this woman is a priority to you, you will listen to her. The next step is not just listening, it's taking of action on these little things. So, as a recap here, develop emotional control under pressure. Number 2 is to set healthy boundaries without the emotional charge. Number 3 is to take the lead with confidence. Number 4 is to kill your nice guy habits or your people-pleasing tendencies. And number 5 is to pay attention to the little details that turn her on. If this episode resonated with you and you're watching on YouTube right now, please drop a comment down below and tell me which one of these resonates the most with you and what you are going to be doing to shift out of this. And by the way, if you're a woman that's listening to this right now, please share with your man that on May 20th, I am leading a free training, how to lead a woman like a king. Now, once again, if you present this to your man, you want to do it in an inviting way. Like, hey, I came across this thing that this guy is doing. It looks really cool. I know that you're already really strong and a good leader, but I think it could really help you a little bit. What do you think about it? Do you want me to send you over the link? And you say it in a feminine, loving way. and you do it with your own twist on it, right? Like you do it in a playful, flirtatious way. Like you're not nagging him or telling him that he's not good enough. It's just, look what I found, baby. Would you like me to share this with you? Get him in the door and I will take it from there. Okay. So once again, that is May 20th. I'm doing a free training for how to lead her like a king. We're going to be all kinds of things inside of the masculine containment, how to have confidence, how to lead, how to set boundaries. It's very important to have these things. I put the link down in the description, the show notes. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to today's episode. I appreciate you. As always, stay strong, stay grounded, and stay connected to that powerful source within you.